Wow, what a huge traffic jam. I wish there were a shortcut here. That way we wouldn't need to stay stuck for so long. Looking around, JP notices an empty street. Dad, why don't we go through that street? There are no cars there, so we could get to the club faster. I can't wait to swim. Ah, JP, do you see that sign over there? Yes, Dad. What do you think that sign means? That you're allowed to go there? That it's forbidden to enter that street? Or that the sign means nothing? Actually, that sign means you are not allowed to enter that empty street from here. But some cars take advantage and go through it to cut the route. One of them was Ben's family's car. JP thinks, it looks like they're going to arrive at the club before us. Diary of a Brave One, The Shortcut, Episode 1. A little further ahead, the traffic was still jammed, and JP sees another sign. This time, it was a sign showing that it was possible to reach the club by taking a shortcut there. And that's exactly what Sarah's family does. Sometime later, JP and his parents arrive at the club's parking lot, but there is no sign of Ben or Sara. That's strange. They took a shortcut. They should already be here. Let's take a look at what happened to Ben and Sara. By disobeying a traffic law, Ben's dad was stopped by the authorities. The officer gave him a ticket, and he had to fill out a bunch of papers before he could continue the trip. Ah, so much time wasted. That's why Ben hasn't arrived yet. But what about Sara? Her family took a shortcut to the club. Can you figure out what happened to them? Looking closely, one of the tires ended up going flat. Very good. You got it right. The shortcut they took was full of potholes, and it caused a flat tire. When that happened, Sarah's dad wasted a lot of time changing the tire. He eventually decided to return to the main road instead of continuing on that strange path. Now I understand why Sara also took so long to arrive. So those shortcuts made them take much longer to reach the club than if they had followed the correct road. Even when the right path seems like it will take longer. And that's how it is with the choices in our lives. When we try to save time and effort to reach a goal and do so by disrespecting God's laws, one thing is certain. We will delay the result God has prepared for our lives. When Ben's dad finally arrived at the parking lot, he saw that the club was crowded, and he was already in a hurry because he had lost so much time filling out the traffic ticket paperwork. Then he thought, if I park here, it will take a long time to reach the club entrance. I'd better park in that spot over there, right next to the entrance. Do you know this sign? Do you know what it means? Is it a parking spot for surfers? A spot for club employees? Or a spot for whoever arrives first? Actually, it is an exclusive spot for club employees. But Ben's dad decides to park there anyway. This way, they end up entering the club before everyone else. In the entrance hall, it looked like the entire city had decided to come swim today. It was very crowded. When they finally passed through the hall and were heading to the pools, the club's loudspeaker began to announce, "Urgent! Urgent! The owner of a green car parked in the employees only spot must go to the location immediately." There they go. Ben's family runs toward the car. When they arrive, who do they see? The same police officer who had given Ben's dad a ticket for disobeying a traffic law. And now, what will happen? If you're enjoying these adventures, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episodes of Brave JP. And JP remembers a lesson from his parents. Those who disobey always lose, even when it looks like they're winning. And those who obey always win, even when it looks like they're losing. Parents, show the little ones that God teaches us to follow the right path, even when it seems longer. He always takes care of those who choose to do what is right. And now, what will happen? Find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed this story, I have good news for you. Here on our channel, every episode is created with great care to teach values that shape a child's heart. Faith, courage, friendship, forgiveness, and wise choices. Our desire is that every family finds a special moment here, learning, smiling, and growing together with Jesus. When parents and children watch side by side, God strengthens bonds, heals the heart, and plants seeds that last forever. So stay with us, watch other adventures, share them with someone you love, and come back often. Many inspiring stories are on the way, stories that teach, encourage, and remind us that with Jesus, we are never alone. Thank you for being here. May God bless your family today and always.